So back then out on track for the DRS 100 qualifying. And you can see it is kart 131, Justin Breward with the quickest time, 25 karts out on track. It is very busy out there on the circuit at the moment. Baldry then with the fastest time, and we will start to see those times tumbling down. Again, probably not a million miles away from the 35, 36 second mark to be expected, the times here. Keep your eyes on kart number 1, Harry Graham. And you can see he's just 0.038 separating the top karts, but then the fastest time now set by Cunliffe in kart 6. Two minutes of the session gone, and we're starting to see those times tumbling down. In fact, the times are pretty much just changing every few seconds, so we'll give it a moment to breathe before reflecting too much on who's where at the moment. So the first sub 36 second time coming in then by Callum Gunning, who was fastest in the evens yesterday in the final qualifying session. Gunning out in front at the moment then, ahead of kart 126, William Vincent, who is a novice to the series, but certainly not a novice on the times. He is just 1/10 ahead of the quickest time, currently set then by Callum Gunning, with Graham in 3rd place, Breward in 4th, and Cunliffe in 5th place. Whitehouse, though, just setting the fastest time for that particular kart. George Whitehouse in kart 114 then, replaced by Breward in kart 131, and Vincent in kart 126 has moved down to 5th place now. Still Gunning out in front ahead of Taylor. Graham, champion from last season, 0.156. So some yellow flags being waved. So, fastest of all now, it is Nicky Taylor. So, Nicky Taylor setting a time of 35.395. Gunning moving down to 2nd place. Approaching the halfway stage then of the qualifying for the DRS 100. There you can see Callum Gunning, kart number 2, running closely behind Harvey. That's Baldry, should I say, in kart 5. So just a second separating 1st and 22nd. It really is close out there on the track at the moment. 25 cars taking part in this qualifying session. Karts 2 and 5 absolutely locked together at the moment. Gunning looking to try and improve on that time. In fact, overtaking on the track. Baldry in kart 5. Gunning, the runner-up of last year's championship. But you can see it is Harry Graham who has set the fastest time. A time of 35.365. Very quick indeed. Taylor just 0.030 behind as we past the halfway mark then of the qualifying for the DRS 100. But it is kart 1 who just went past your screens there. Harry Graham with the fastest of times so far. Taylor in 2nd place with Gunning in 3rd. And there you can see Harry Graham coming up on your screen, battling his way through the traffic. It's important to find a little bit of clear air if you're going to be putting in the fast times, with up to 25 karts out on track. So Andy has joined us in the commentary box, and Andy, you're going to talk to us a little bit about some of the times and the differences out there on track at the moment.
Well, you can see the times are really, really close. I mean, really close. And that's one of the big reasons. Oh, we've got a bit of an off there.
Yeah, a couple of the cars just coming off track there. Car 103 and 126. I don't know if there was a little collision between the two of them, but both those cars are out of qualifying. Sorry to interrupt you then, Andy.
That's okay. So the engines, so Daniel Ricciardo Series builds all the engines, so they're all built the same. So look at that, you know, with the Vega tyres that we use, and obviously the Ricciardo chassis, you can see the times. I mean, look at that, 0.036, amazing.
And that is indeed one of the wonderful things about this series, is the fact that everyone is in the same car, they're in the same engines, and it is just so closely competed. So we saw a couple of cars coming off the track then. I do think they have made their way back out onto the track, whether or not they'll head back into the pits to see if there's been any damage. Thanks though, Andy, for sort of pointing that out to us. There you can see Nicky Taylor on screen in kart 4, 0.066 seconds off that fastest time set by Gunning. And it is so close, isn't it? Within a second between first and 23rd. So, heading towards the final 2 minutes of qualifying in the DRS 100. At the moment, it is Gunning with the fastest time, a time of 35.329. Graham in second place. And Harvey moves up into third place. Taylor just dropping back one, just 0.010 of a second separating those two. We are in the final 2 minutes of qualifying. Everything is still up for grabs. The fastest times could still be about to set. And it is indeed Reed who goes fastest. Dylan Reed sets a time of 35.316. He is now top of the pile, just 0.013 of a second ahead of Gunning. If it all comes together and you put together a hot lap, you really can move through the field. Going slow there is Davison, number 7. Dylan Reed, though, the current fastest man out on track as we're about to head into the final minutes. That there is Dylan Reed. Ahead of him is Graham. And this is really going to set itself up for a fascinating race. The Grand Prix to take place a little bit later this afternoon. Into the final minute. Can anybody find a little bit of extra time and catapult themselves up the running order? The difference of a tenth of a second could be the difference between 16th and 10th. It really does make the difference. Everybody's trying to get in those final few hot laps. It is currently Reed, the fastest driver out there, a time of 35.316. Just behind him is Gunning, just behind him is Graham, who we saw, both of which were top of the time charts a little bit earlier in the session. Into the final 15 seconds, I don't think we're going to see a change of lead, as you see Whitehouse putting in the fastest time to move up into 10th position. Frost putting in a quick time as well in kart 135. But it is this man on the left hand of your shots that is going to be the fastest man, unless anyone can find a little bit of extra pace. Dylan Reed in kart 7. And that looks to be that, well, finding that pace right towards the end of the session, perhaps maybe preserving a little bit of tyre life. But Dylan Reed setting a very impressive time, not far off the times seen by the DRS 125 a little bit earlier in the day. So Reed with a time of 35.316, Gunning with 0.013 as we await the official classifications. Andy, you're still with me. My goodness me, how close was that?
No, I haven't seen it that close ever, to be honest. Like if you're 3/10 off, you're like a week off, aren't you?
My goodness me, the importance of every single corner, every single move, really being proven in that session. How close was that? We will definitely try and get down and have a chat with Dylan Reid once he's gone through scrutineering as we await then the classification, and here it is. Dylan Reid in first place, Callum Gunning in second, Harry Graham in third place, Thomas Harvey in fourth, with Nicky Taylor making up the top five. And look how close those times are. Absolutely phenomenal. Just over 0.4 of a second separating first and 12th. And again, as you head further down the running order, you can see just how close those times are. Right, I'm going to head back into the pit lane then to see if I can grab a word then with Dylan Reid ahead of that fastest time in the DRS 100 qualifying. So, joined then with the quickest man from the DRS 100, Dylan Reid. Dylan, you seem to be very happy with that qualifying result. You must be buzzing. Talk to us what it was like for you on the track.
Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. It's a really fast lap, really quick track in general, 35-second lap times. I think it's the quickest track on the circuit, so you've got to get everything right because the lap times are so ridiculously close. So to get pole, I'm really happy with.
That's probably one of the closest qualifying sessions we've ever seen in this series. Just a second separating pretty much most of the drivers. It can't be easy out there. One mistake and the lap's gone.
Yeah, I completely agree. One mistake and your qualifying's completely done. You have to be absolutely perfect in everything you do. You've got to get the right slipstream, find the right position on the track. There are so many people, like, if you get slowed down by like a back marker or something, obviously then that costs you tenths of a second, which then could take you from first to 10th. And obviously then you've completely messed up your weekend. So you've got to get everything right, find the right positioning, get the car completely right. So yeah, it's really hard to get up there.
And with 25 cars out on track, it must be quite difficult to find a bit of clean air and probably something that's in the back of your mind, trying to find a bit of space.
Yeah, it was really hard to find some clean air. Even when I was going around, you still see people who are kind of new to the championship who need to get back into pace. So you're trying to like avoid them, keep the people in front of you to get their toe. It's really hard to find some space. And I think this is the biggest grid I've ever driven on. So it is really hard and it's really tactical to try find it.
Are you enjoying driving under the new guise of the Daniel Ricciardo series?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying driving under the new championship. I like the blue.
Well, Dylan, congratulations. You were the fastest man in DRS 100, so you'll be starting from the front of the grid.
Yeah, I guess I will be.
Good man.